Alright, hold on. Alright, what it do, everybody? It's your boy LOG from Where There's Smoke. Special occasion tonight for the podcast. We are, hopefully, I'm doing this shit correctly. Multi-streaming to YouTube, Rumble, and Kick. This is my first live stream on Rumble and on Kick. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this. Um, if you're a fan of the YouTube channel, you kind of know what my style is and know what we like to do over here for the most part, especially since I've been doing the live stream thing. But I kind of wanted to go cover things yesterday, but I'm a little late. But today was no shortage of activities with Trump, so I just want to kind of go in, give some critiques, have some fun when he makes like good comments and jokes and stuff, and just do my usual thing, give my commentary. So if you give me a second, I am gonna check the different streaming sites, make sure I'm live on everything, and see what's good. Hold on, let me see this real quick. And then there's quite a few videos that I have to get into. So y'all give me a minute or two, and then we'll get into it.
It's that Centex boys, and we're out here, and we got something to say. Man, what the fuck is going on with the world nowadays? People going crazy over little things. Another day. Another day I gotta go ahead and do something I wanna do. Ain't no one wanna do it for me. This world can be so lonely. To the top, looking back at all the lives that were lost on the way. Another day, just to pray, forget the pain. What the fuck is up with the world nowadays? People going crazy over little things. Is it even Sunday? Jesus saves. Thank God I'm blessed to see another day. I gotta go ahead and do something I wanna do. Ain't no one wanna do it for me. This world can be so lonely. To the top, looking back at all the lives that we lost on the way. Ain't no one another day, just to pray, forget the pain. What the fuck is up with the world nowadays? People going crazy over little things. Is it even Sunday? Jesus saves. Thank God I'm blessed to see another day. Never know when you're gonna lose your life someday. There's a price to be paid, way worth than gold. Evilness wanna take your soul. Wake up when you're gonna wake up. The finger is pointing too close to home. Always attacking when alone.
Thank
Even
you,
started.
Mr. Know-It-All.
So, but neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, do we have a picture of his book? Do we have a picture of the book cover? I mean, we got to get that at some point, put it up on full screen. We got to do that. We got to do that for Scotty. Because clearly you want to sell a book. Because, we ain't heard this before. We ain't heard this before. I mean, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Oh, my Lord. Everybody need to get drug tested. First, even me, hell, I need to get drug tested. I might start smoking some weed just so I can get... let me do something. I might start smoking some weed just to get this damn thinking out of my head. This is blasphemy. Better than LeBron.
My dumbass was muted, but it's probably good because I was saying a lot of nothing. But I just thought that was funny how Stephen A. Smith, who's always like, stay off the weed. For once, like, I'm going to have to smoke me some weed. Let me play it one more time.
to get drug tested. I might start smoking some weed just so I can get. let me do something. I might start smoking some weed just to get this damn thinking out of my head. This is blasphemy. Better than bro. Better than MJ.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. He was so hurt that he was gonna start smoking weed, and Stephen A. Smith's always like, "Stay off the weed." Anyway, all right, let's get into the Trump kind of stuff. This is kind of one of the videos I saw where, of course, if you know Dana, him and Trump are real tight, and yeah, let's just play this, and I'll come in.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am honored to be here to celebrate President Trump's historic victory. He didn't just win this election, he won it in dominant fashion. With record numbers of Americans from all walks of life. Not only did he win the Electoral College by 86 points, but President Trump was the first Republican candidate in 20 years to win the popular vote. He also made major gains among traditionally Democrat voters by increasing his support with Latin, Asian American, Black, and young voters. So what does that tell us? Democracy is alive and well in this country. And the people have spoke loud and clear. America wants President Trump back in the White House. Think about this. Winning this election after everything that's happened over the last few years is an amazing achievement and an incredible comeback story. Think of all the things President Trump had to go through to get back here. All the powerful forces that tried to take him down. The main assassins. It's absolutely insane what this man has been through. And
I don't know why we glitched out there. It's like he was going to say mainstream media, something else, assassins. But anyway, he hasn't said anything too crazy coming up, but he's really going to say some stuff towards the end of this little video that's like crazy.
only
Or at least I thought it was.
President Trump could have fought through all those obstacles, all the attacks, and still come out the winner. But you know what? That's just what he is. This guy is a winner. And I say this all the time. He is the toughest, most resilient person that I've ever met, and nothing was going to stop him from fighting so hard for the country he loves. He embodies what being an American is all about. We are the toughest, most resilient people on earth.
Is Trump? Are we the most toughest, resilient people? I feel like a lot of us are like super spoiled. And I know Trump's spoiled.
And nothing can stop us when we unite. To all those Americans who didn't vote for President Trump, and all they know about him is what they hear from the mainstream media, I just want to let you know, he has been an incredibly loyal friend to me for over 2 decades. And not once has he ever asked me for anything in return. And he's proven again and again how tough he is, but he's also a man who truly cares about people. Everything great that has ever happened to me in my career, he's been the first one to reach out and congratulate me. And more importantly, in the hard times, he's been the first one to reach out and let me know if there's anything I need. And all this during a time when he had a laundry list of his own problems he was dealing with. He is the best human being that I have ever known.
Did you catch that? Woo! Don't let that one slip by you, folks. He's the best human being Dana's ever known. That's a little bit of a claim.
During a time when he had a laundry list of his own problems he was dealing with. He is the best human being that I have ever known. So America, it's time for us all to put our differences aside, and we can't do that if we continue to focus on all the issues.
I feel like he just said that in the heat of the moment. He was really trying to juice him up, but it's like the best human being you've ever known? That's crazy talk. All right, here's Trump introducing Elon and his son, I believe.
Of government efficiency, headed by a gentleman named Elon Musk, who's here someplace. I don't know where the hell he is.
I love when Trump brings out that voice. I don't know where the hell he is. Get over here, Elon. He thinks he's gonna get something done, like John Wayne or something.
He's here someplace.
Trump is a huge pet. He really gets the crowd going and give them what they need. Woo!
Come here, Elon.
Come here, Elon.
Did you see his rocket yesterday? It was captured.
This guy is such a fool. We're gonna see another video about him later that's a little crazy.
X is with him. X. Come on, Elon. Say a couple of words.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Sorry, little X just followed me on the stage here. He's a very enthusiastic supporter, as you can see. Woo! Yeah. So we're looking forward to making a lot of changes, and you know this victory is the start, really.
This speech is nothing special. He kind of stumbles a little bit, and I think someone, I don't remember who, I want to say it was PBD. I watch his channel from time to time because he covers a lot of the stuff that I cover, especially political stuff, and they give decent commentary some of the time. But anyway, I think they were saying, and I could agree, Elon didn't even expect to come out during this time right here because he comes out for like 30 seconds, stumbles around, and then Trump comes back out. But
what matters going forward is to actually make significant changes, cement those changes, and set the foundation for America.
He is hurt. He could barely get a word out.
To be strong for a century, for centuries, forever. So. And make America great again.
Never hurts to throw that one out, does it?
So, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna do great things here. Thank you.
Thank you, Elon. You know, I always say we have to be protective of our geniuses because we don't have too many, but that one is a good one. Now, I watched his rocket come
That one is a good one.
down about 3 months ago.
All right, he's going to talk about the rocket, whatever.
And I thought it was crazy amazing. But he went out to Pennsylvania after that. He landed that rocket nobody had ever seen. By the way, China can't do it. Russia can't do it or come close. It will be 10 years before they can do it. And the U.S. can't do it except for him.
The U.S. can't do it. Our own government. I feel like that's where they're going to. They want to say, oh, our government's, that's what Doge is all about, government efficiency. A lot of people are kind of worried about if the government starts saying, well, this part of the government's inefficient, this part of the government's inefficient, let's let a private company do it. People are worried about conflict of interest and money changing hands and that sort of thing, especially when you see someone like Elon who is private. It's like, okay, well, you're just going to slide right in where NASA is and take their whole budget. That's surely a conflict of interest. So I think that's what has some people worried about what's going on, even though it seems like it's good and on the up and up. Really, you know how the government plays a lot of times if you pay attention.
And it's pretty amazing. But he did that. And then he journeyed to Pennsylvania, where he spent like a month and a half campaigning for me in Pennsylvania. And he's a popular guy, and he was very effective. And he knows those computers better than anybody, all those computers, those vote-counting computers. And we ended up winning Pennsylvania like in a landslide, so it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So thank you to Elon. And his son's name, who's cute as a button, his son's name is X. He's the only...
That is so weird. It's the same name as the social media platform, X. It's like, what the hell? That's so, something's not right about that.
Guy could get away with the name X, but his son is a great guy. One thing we know, his son is smart. If you believe in the racehorse theory, he's got a nice, smart son.
If you believe in the resource theory, what the hell is that? He's got a nice, smart son. The resource theory. Let me look that up real quick. I mean, I could guess. The resource theory. Social can't even talk. The resource theory is a social psychological theory that describes how people exchange resources to form relationships. Okay. That's interesting. That was a weird way to put that. Huh.
But thank you very much to Elon and everybody. We've had so much help. Every radical and foolish executive order of the Biden administration will be repealed within hours of when I take the oath of office.
Oh, man. Let's get to the next video. There's a lot more of that. Let's see. Y'all get in the chat and let me know. I know this has been a bland video so far compared to my usual standards, but it's going to get better. There's going to be some good stuff coming up. But y'all get in the chat and let me know what y'all are thinking of Trump being in so far. You know, I'm sure a lot of people hate it. A lot of people love it. But even if you aren't really a fan of him, has there been anything funny so far that you've liked? Or has there been anything that, even by his standards, you're like, oh, I'm surprised he said that? So, you know, anything that stuck out to you so far, get in the chat and let me know. And we got our last short video, and then we got 1 or 2 long videos. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but going to try to hit the highlights and some good parts and some controversial parts and make it a not super long stream tonight. But anyway, let's watch this little video of Elon. This was, I believe, after the inauguration at some little... They had like speeches before and after and the next day. I mean, they really drew this out in like what it felt like a full 24-hour affair. So anyway.
Thank you.
That was so weird. And of course, you know what people are referencing when he does that.
My heart goes out to you.
It's like he was trying to do something like from the heart, but he like, that's a weird motion. You really got to be careful when you do that. Anyway, everyone knows what that's a reference to. Elon, he has so much like, I don't know. He tries to play the big nerd man.
Yes!
Something about his character is off. Like I feel like he's playing a character.
This is what victory feels like. Yeah. And this was no ordinary victory.
This is what victory feels like. Yeah. You remember when he had that interview with Don Lemon? Like maybe it's definitely been within the past 6 months, if not a little more recent. He just tried to act so coy and like, I'm not with Trump. How could you say that? He just tried to play so coy and like so unassuming. Like I'm haven't made a choice, and he almost tried to like make Don Lemon is a fool most times. Okay, but I felt like in that interview, Don Lemon was just doing his investigative journalistic job by asking. He was asking good questions from what I felt, and Elon tried to make it seem like, oh, how dare you pair me with Trump? Fast forward to less than 6 months later, like I said, he's like, yes, this is what victory feels like. And it's like, if you go back and look at that Don Lemon and Elon thing, just a few little highlights of it, and you'll see what I mean. And it's like, okay, that's a quick turnaround. So now it's you almost make it seem like you've been a Trumper the whole time. Like, yes. And the way he does it's so crooked.
This was a fork in the road.
One more time. What are they playing? AC/DC? And he's just, yes! Oh, I'm surprised they don't have like fireworks flying off behind him.
This is what victory feels like. Yeah.
Oh my
And this was
God.
no ordinary victory. This was a fork in the road of human civilization. Okay. This.
Oh.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered.
Oh, he liked
I
that.
just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
He is so crooked. Yeah. Ugh.
My heart goes out to you.
That was so crooked on so many levels. Oh, man. Okay. For anyone that hasn't seen it, you probably have, but I'm going to watch the Trump inauguration speech. And then I have a couple other videos that are from, one is from today that I have not seen yet. And the other one is from last night after the inauguration when he was signing different bills and stuff. And he was answering questions with reporters. And I feel like if I don't cover this stuff now, there's going to be an unlimited amount of Trump content and I'm never going to get to it all, which is okay. I'm not going to cover every single thing he does. I'm not trying to. But especially this first week, I want to catch a lot of the highlights. So anyway, I'm going to cover the inauguration speech because I feel like that is the big deal, the actual event. And then maybe Wednesday or Thursday, I will do the other two videos, and then I'm also going to be doing the Friday live stream, which is going to try to be I'm going to try to make it a weekly thing, as I told y'all on the last one. But by then, I feel like there's going to be other stuff that's going on or something new from him. So, anyway, I'm going to cover this video. Let's see how long we've been going so far. Only 20 minutes. Yeah, so maybe we'll get into him signing the bills as well, but maybe I'll save the video. Man, I really want to review the video from earlier today, right now. But let's watch a little bit of the inauguration, and we'll see if get in the chat if y'all have already seen this and y'all want me to skip over this. I will go to the video from today and we'll kind of listen to that because that has some interesting stuff. It says the title says AI, but I heard him talking about TikTok and some other things, so that might be a really interesting one. But it's an hour, and I don't want to miss any of the good parts. So I'm torn between watching that one and getting the good parts before I live stream it with y'all, because the inauguration one's a lot more doable at 30 minutes. But anyway, let's get into this, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. It's going loud.
It is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you the 45th and the 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
How about y'all?
Shut up, bitch!
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end.
I think I was watching a little bit of Asmongold's video, and he was like, yeah, he's talking about himself. And I didn't think that when I heard that, but I definitely could see how that could be taken that way 100%.
And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be...
It's funny because every time they pan over and you can see Kamala and Biden, they're like not like they'll clap sometimes, but a lot of times, like maybe 20 or 30 times, well, that's a little much. Maybe a good 20 times, Trump gets a standing ovation from most of the people, and Biden and Kamala only stand up like 1 or 2 times, if that. So it's kind of funny. It's almost like they're being reserved with their like praise him because a lot of the things he's saying are just like cutting them down. He's just like throwing them right under the bus. But I'll acknowledge that as it comes up.
Greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home.
We now have a government that cannot even manage a simple crisis at home,
while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly, and other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago, or more recently, Los Angeles, where we are watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of
I wonder what he would have done differently.
whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
Oh man, this sounds good. Your kids aren't getting bullied starting today. Woo! It's all gonna change right now. America's not gonna suck ass anymore. Everything that sucks about it, it's not gonna suck anymore. And I love it here. I would never want to go anywhere else. I'm not one of those people, but I'm just, if this is your first time catching me on stream, you're not gonna get the whole, repertoire, my viewpoints and everything. But anyway, I'm not someone that's one of these. I hate the country all the way, and I want to leave. But yeah, I'm also a person that doesn't think just because Trump's saying he's gonna solve every single thing, which he's making it sound great right now. I'm not gonna lie.
My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From this moment on, America's decline is over.
Look at Biden.
Our
I can't
liberties
take
and
it.
our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then and believed.
Anyone that is paying attention has a different way of viewing that thing. I really encourage you to look into that if you're not. That's a whole 30-minute spiel I could go on, but yeah, the bullet through the ear. I don't know the rules on the new platforms I'm on, but the bullet through the ear. There's that thing stinks to high heavens. I did probably not what I'd consider a great breakdown, but I did do somewhat of a breakdown of that situation and just pointed out on a live. I didn't have all my thoughts together as well as I should have, but it is still up on my YouTube channel. And I just went through as I was watching several news videos and coverage of the event at the time. And I know there had to be at least 4 or 5 or more things that didn't add up to the story, didn't make sense, were almost unthinkable type things that happened. So it's almost like, what are the chances that all these various things that me and many others broke down at the time? It's like, I don't know, that event, just there's a lot about it that doesn't add up. I'll just say that. So anyway,
Even more.
and it got swept under the rug. And I've pointed this out on I think a couple of my live streams recently and a couple of conversations with friends recently and family as well. The news cycle, and this is not this is not a new thing. The news cycle hits you with story, and then there's never a follow-up after the fact. So that was true again of the first Trump assassination attempt. It all hit the fan. It was a big story for about 3, maybe 4 weeks. Never was to be talked about again. No follow-up, nothing. It's just over. And I guess there's only but so much to say because that guy passed away. But there was a lot of stuff where the government officials on many levels dropped the ball, and we never got a follow-up later on to say, okay, we passed this, we shored up these communication systems and all the other stuff that I pointed out back then when I was more familiar with it. We never got a follow-up on any of it. So anyway.
More so now that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to.
And if that thing was BS, both the Democrats and Republicans participated. You can't have something that big be bullshit without both sides knowing about it and being okay with it and it playing into a bigger narrative. So that's one where people are either pretty set with how they think about it, but I just strongly encourage you, if you think the first Trump assassination attempt went legitimate the way the news and everything says, which they don't even, there's like, even how they said it went, there's a lot of shit that is terrible. It's like the Three Stooges handled security at that thing. So if you think that was a legitimate assassination attempt against Trump, I urge you to go back and look at that thing and see how many times the ball was supposedly dropped, how suspect a bunch of things about it were. Really give it a good, thorough look, like you're trying to catch. Act like your family member died and you're trying to catch the killer that got away, and look at it from that point of view. And just tell me that like stuff about that doesn't stink to high heavens. Anyway.
Make America great again.
MAGA bitch. Look at Biden. That's what he does the whole time. Just sits there and smiles like he can't believe how much bullshit it is. And I feel like every time, or at least several times, JD's one of the first ones to stand up in these standing ovation situations and get the crowd going. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you very much. That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is...
Well, anybody would want that if it was their win. I want this win to be the biggest and most monumental. Well, of course.
Rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states, and the popular vote, we won by millions of people. Oh. To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it.
Okay, did you hear that? African Americans, Mexican Americans, Latino, all the minorities in those 2 groups. He's saying he's not going to forget it. I'm sure y'all will hold him accountable. And remember this, and I'm with you. Here he's saying it. Shit'd be great, but it's like, that's a bold thing to say, to thank him specifically and be like, I won't forget it. It's like, well, now when you do something they don't like, it's like you didn't have to say that. It's good that you did almost, but it's like, now if you do something that hurts those communities later, you're going to be putting your foot right in your mouth. And they're going to go back to this and be like, well, I'm doing it right now, so they can. And they're going to be like, oh, look, remember when you said you were going to remember us, you thanked us, and now you're fucking us? So hopefully he does right by everybody, including the minorities. But I feel like this is one of those clips that people are going to be like, oh, remember when he said that? Play the clip.
I've heard your tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor, we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true.
Ultimately, that's like a good thing to say, but I could definitely see someone that, I could just see someone saying, "Oh, are you trying to like co-opt, like basically say you're the one?" Like it's almost like you're taking credit for it a little bit. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think everyone wants equality and what MLK wanted, but well, good people do. I'm not gonna say everybody, but the way Trump said it was good, but it's almost like he was wanting to like take credit for it just a little bit. I could definitely see someone seeing it that way.
Thank you. National unity is now returning to America, and confidence and pride is soaring like never before. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. We will not forget our country, we will not forget our Constitution, and we will not forget our God. Can't do that.
That's so weird because if you've studied religion a little bit, or you're probably familiar with the term "the god of this world is Satan." So it's like when you refer to God, who you know, just because you say something doesn't mean you're gonna do that thing, said thing. But even if you do mean it, what God are you talking about? But anyway, that could be a whole video right there. Look at this guy with his little red hat on.
Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense.
JD loved that. I met up with my friend the other day. We were just catching up. We hadn't seen each other in a while. And we were talking about politics and, culture stuff and just social stuff and just philosophy bullshit that nerds like to, talk about. Anyway, we were talking about politics and stuff. We got to talk about Trump and JD and how they're phony. And he was talking about how JD Vance, and I've noticed this too, and others have pointed this out, it seems that he wears eyeliner. And it's just very strange. I don't know why I thought of that right now. I kind of looked over and saw him smirking. But has anyone in the streams noticed that? It's kind of just out of nowhere that I thought of that since I've noticed it. But like, pause. It seems like he's always wearing eyeliner, and that's just like kind of weird. Maybe he's not, but it definitely looks like it. And to me, and people in the chat, y'all let me know if that's anything y'all have noticed or ever thought of, or if you had anyone bring that up. And look at Biden. He's like, pretty much the whole speech, he's always smiling and cracking up to like, basically like, because a lot of stuff Trump's saying is like how it's going to be so great now. It's going to be like this now. Basically saying like it wasn't good when they were in. So the whole time Biden just like looking and smiling to try to make it seem like Trump's foolish and that he basically thinks it's a joke of what he's saying type of thing.
First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border. All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy. I will end the practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Damn, that's a big deal. I don't know if I'm going to get to it in this stream. We'll see how long it's going and if we have time and whatnot. But when he's signing documents in the Oval Office and he has reporters talking to him between signings, they're asking him kind of what what that entails, and it's you know for someone like them, it's super basic. But for someone like me, I didn't know. So just to hear that question is good, and to hear the answer. But they basically ask him, what does it mean for you to say that the cartel will be like considered terrorist organizations? And it basically means that he's going to be able to send our military into Mexico to do whatever. I guess basically kill people, right? I mean, what else are they going to do without it technically being us going to war against Mexico? And I guess that's kind of a big deal as far as the legality of all it goes and et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was interesting.
And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence
That's an old ass law, 1798.
of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill. I love that one.
America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have, the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it. Let me use it. We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it. With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal, and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate.
That's a big deal. A lot of people hated that shit.
Saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers.
My thought on that is, if it's so great, let it just, we're supposed to be a capitalistic society. Let the battery and the green, I agree we could be more nature friendly and not just pollute the environment. I agree. But if something's naturally better and etc., there's cleaner, cheaper ways to fuel cars that if you know, you know. I might do some kind of a little mini series on that soon. That would be cool. I'll maybe on the oil thing, but like I kind of tease something without even explaining it fully. There's been like cars that have been able to run off of other fuels that the oil companies have bought the patent for and just kept it so that it couldn't be used and they can keep making money. So there's been other clean, cheap ways to run cars. And you know, oh yeah, I was just saying that if the like the electric cars were so much better, that would naturally take over. We shouldn't have to force people to use them. And like a lot of people have pointed out, you have to get the power from somewhere, and you have to burn coal or some other kind of really unclean thing anyway just to get the power and then store it in a power station. And like it's not as efficient as people would all like to think. So everyone thinks just because you don't go to the gas station and put nasty gas in your car and it's just on a battery, they think it's more efficient, but may not necessarily be true. And, we have to go with what makes the most sense. We can't just, uh, you know, if we have to force something, maybe not. I mean, that's not always the best measurement of like what's good and what's bad. Because like when little kids are young and acting up, you have to force them to act right and discipline them and stuff like that. And you can become super lazy if you don't force yourself to do stuff. So, not saying that every time you have to force something is not always good, but in this case, with the government having to mandate us to move to something when it doesn't really make sense, uh, is a lot of times not a good thing. Anyway, I probably did not I probably did not as good a job as describing that as I could have for sure. But anyway. I wonder whether these other people that are watching him on a screen, I guess they're in a different room.
American auto workers.
Because there's this room where they can all see him. Not that it fucking matters. And then there's this room. I thought these were the same rooms, but no, I guess this is the overflow crowd. And I think at some point he came down and talked to these people after the inauguration, but I probably won't go over that video because it was not really as important as to me, I don't think, as the initial speech.
In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues.
The External Revenue Service, like the IRS, but the ERS. I missed that on the first one. What do y'all think of that? He's starting the External Revenue Service. Well, other countries are gonna hate that.
Massive.
You want to hear that again?
The External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues.
I completely missed that the first time. I feel like that could easily get glossed over with all the other kind of stuff he was saying, but a lot of the stuff he's been saying, or that he has said this time, is stuff that he's been saying, and it's kind of the same old tune, even though it's big stuff that I've never heard before.
Massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore confidence.
But that tax money's going to our government, so it's yet to see how that's going to really help the people.
And effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
That sounds like a good thing. Let's see how true it is. So there's going to be a lot of stuff over the next 4 years to criticize and to analyze and to want to fucking say what I want to say, and everyone else is going to want to say what they want to say. Are you really going to let us? Are you really going to? I don't want to hear this video flag getting taken down, all this bullshit, because we're criticizing what's going on, and we're just trying to hold people accountable. So we'll see. That's one of these things that sounds great, but we'll see if he follows through, and if that is even outside of him left to pretty much left alone and left for us to actually have free speech. So we'll see. Sounds great, but we'll see. Look at Bernie Sanders just sitting down over here. Woo! Oh my God. I actually thought that was him standing up by this lady in the white, but he's over here to the left of the lady in the green down there, sitting down, looking like the Grinch, basically. Oh, oh man, I love that.
Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. Something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities. This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a
That's crazy. Let me play that back. I was checking the stream and I wasn't fully engaged.
aspect of public and private life. Government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Yeah, I think everyone's getting tired of the woke stuff.
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
Isn't that what everybody wants anyway?
As of today,
Like I said a little while ago and at the beginning, he's saying some stuff that sounds really good. We'll see. He can make it sound good.
henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay.
That's huge. Huge, huge. That is, yeah. Don't forget, he's the one who, Operation Warp Speed, took credit for rushing out the vaccine and basically took credit for the vaccine. But it is good to see him support the soldiers, and basically if they said fuck you, I'm not getting it, they're not, well, they were fucked at the time, but now retroactively that's pretty cool. But it doesn't help the people that just lost their job that weren't government, but it is cool to see for that he did what he could, I guess. That guy loved it.
And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from...
It's like it's too little too late, though. Think about all the people that didn't think that was ever going to be a choice. They just thought they had to do it or else. They made that decision, and now they're like, well, fuck, if I would have known. It's like, that's one of those things where it's good that you're doing this, but it's like, damn, it's so terrible that even happened in the first place.
From being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately.
By the way, I checked the Kick stream, and I think they ended my stream. I don't know if it's because there's a limit for a first-time stream or they didn't like that I was copyright. So I'll have to check that out after the stream's over. Let me see. I can't tell here. Let me check. Give me a second, chat. Oh no, Kick, I see. I think I'm still live. Can't tell. Let me see, Rumble. I think I'm still live as well. Okay. Hopefully I'm still live on everything, but if not, anyone that's tuning into the video tonight, I appreciate y'all for sticking out with me and giving me a chance here to cover this shit. I know there's a million other people that do the same thing, but yeah, I've been doing this for about I've had the channel for a little over a year, but I've been doing this live streaming thing for probably about 6 months. And I've been talking my shit with politics and societal things for, at least a decade. So just with friends and stuff like that. But anyway, Yeah, we got about another 10 minutes on this video, and then I'll probably end out the stream tonight. I want to, let's see, because I want to cover these other 2 videos, but I kind of want to get some timestamps. That way I'm not just watching the whole video with y'all. It end up being a 3 or 4 hour stream. So we'll finish out the rest of this one. I'll probably give my final thoughts. We'll end out the stream, and then maybe what's today? Tuesday? Maybe Wednesday or Thursday I'll go live at night and cover these other 2. So anyway.
Our armed forces will be free to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies. Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into.
Huh. No, that would be a good thing for sure. I kind of chuckled because the way he said it. But nah, not getting into wars would be great. I think everybody wants that. You know what I mean? I don't think there's an American you could find and be like, yeah, we want to stay out of wars. And they'd be like, no, you fucking blah. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's one thing. Like, there's some certain things. I think Trump may have said this at one point. It'd be hard to imagine he didn't in his political career at this point. But it's something I remember having a conversation with a friend. Everybody in America wants the few certain things. We want good health care. We want good roads, good education. We want like a fair economy. What's the one thing he just mentioned? And we want to be left the hell alone by the government as much as possible. And then what did he just mention? I feel like that's... Oh, to not be in war. I didn't go back far enough. But yeah, we don't want to get into stupid wars. We want good roads, good education, decent health care, and we want the government to leave us alone and not tell us what to do. I think everybody, all in America, wants those same things. So when everyone's like, oh, it's hard to please everybody, it's like, you think it is, but really it's not in a way. There's certain things that everybody wants. Nobody wants to send their children to die. I mean, I think that's pretty universal, you know? And every president's going to say that, you would hope. We're going to try to stay out of the wars.
My proudest legacy will be that of a...
But some of them will be like, we got to do this even though it sucks. You know what I mean? They'll try to placate and kind of make it a good excuse for it. So
peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker.
You know, you got to be careful with the word unifier, though, because if you know about the one world order. Can I move that? Oh, I can. That's cool. Yeah, I worry about the world getting more unified as it goes forward, but anyway, that's another topic for another day as well.
Maker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families.
I feel like Trump has become a slightly better speaker. He used to repeat himself a lot more, and he still does a lot. But I feel like he used to really lean on that as like a crutch. Now I feel like he has more fluid, like, I guess he just has been in politics more, so he knows what the talking points are more. He knows what he wants to try to get involved in and like solve. And so he's just more entrenched in it, and it's more natural for him. But before, he used to really repeat himself a lot, and he's throwing insults, but a lot more subtly than he used to. He used to really repeat himself, throw a lot of insults, use a lot of small words. Now I feel like he's a lot more fluid with that political talk than he ever was. Just noticing that watching this back this time again. Oh, mine's like, I guess we're going to get up for that one, huh, Kamala?
Thank America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name.
Why is he stuck on that? Where did he get that in his head? I'm sure everyone's heard of that by now, but the Gulf of America, what, like, just why? I don't. It's like it's hilarious because it's just like why.
Of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs. President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal. We have been treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made, and Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal...
Trump thinks he's going to be an Indian giver. He thinks he's an Indian outlaw. Half Cherokee and Choctaw. He thinks he's going to take that motherfucking canal right back.
And the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being...
Speaking of treaties being violated,
severely overcharged and not treated fairly in any way, shape, or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal.
China.
And we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama.
Panama.
And we're taking it back.
Woo! We're taking it back. Oh man. That's good.
Above all, my message to Americans today is that it is time for us to once again act with courage, vigor, and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries our flag into new and beautiful horizons. And we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Whoa. And watch Elon when he says this. Look at Elon. Look at him. Oh, no. I would be so surprised if we get to Mars. And if they pull that off, I mean, I don't want to jump the gun, but you know me. Well, people that know the channel know me. If you're new on Kick or Rumble, maybe not, but I'm not so much a big fan of like space and all that kind of thing. And I am willing to admit that I'm wrong. I'm not stuck on where I am or where I'm at, whatever the correct. My mom's going to kill me for that, getting that phrasing wrong. But I'm not stuck on the position solely, but like I definitely don't believe NASA, and I'm having a hard time believing in space. So I really am interested to see how they're really going to handle this. I said really twice and I need to, but I'm really interested and excited to see how they do this space thing, try to push it to the next level. We have not been as far as the moon since the 70s. So I'm super, super, super interested. Barron looks like he don't give a fuck about Mars. But Elon looks like that's the best news he's heard all year. But I'm hyped for that, to see if it looks real, if it looks fake. Of course, I'm like just almost want it to be fake and leaning that way 100%. But like, if it looks real or something, I don't know. I'm just super interested to see what their proof that we go is, how good it looks, and if there's any way to poke holes in it, because that's always what I'm trying to do. And anyway, that's a whole other video topic as well. But anyway, let's finish this out. I've seen a couple little things really shaming and shooting down flat Earth recently too, which kind of goes with my belief of no space and flat Earth. They kind of go hand in hand, and it kind of joins in the conversation and the importance, or like not the importance, but like just whether or not these drones are aliens or anyway, obviously if there's no space and the Earth is flat, then that really affects what aliens are and if aliens are even real. So anyway, I just thought it was super interesting that Trump said, we're going to Mars, baby. It's like, really? That's a bold claim.
American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Like I kind of mumbled and jumbled and fucking fumbled, but I feel like who's that guy on ESPN? Boomer, I think. Maybe he's Boomer. Anyway, he used to say rumbling, stumbling, fumbling. Anyway, it's like saying all that to say, hit the weave like Trump a couple times. But yeah, I would just love to see it. Hoax or not. Look at Elon. Woo! He looks like a girl that just got picked for the fucking prom queen or something. Oh, man.
Ambition
Could not be more giddy.
is the lifeblood of a great nation. And right now, our nation is more ambitious than any other. There's no nation like our nation.
No, Elon can't contain himself. He looks like he's ready to jack off over there. There's several people in the crowd just looking at him, and he's just like, he is smitten right now.
Americans are explorers, builders, innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers.
That really got him going.
The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve.
That almost makes it sound like he's saying we're God. We put everything in the palm of our hand. If we work together, there's nothing we can't do. It's like, sounds good, but it's like, I don't know. It's almost a little like, yeah.
Many people.
He did acknowledge God earlier, but it almost just makes it sound like we are God and we don't need him by that statement. If you're trying to be respectful of God and always thinking of him, which I guess it's a little over the top, but it's like, just the way he said it, like, we can do everything. We can put knowledge right in the palm of our hand. If we work together, we can do absolutely anything. It's like, that just sounds a little too much almost.
Lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens.
See, launched mankind into the heavens? It's like, no, we haven't.
And put the universe of human knowledge into the palm.
And put the universe of human knowledge. But that's just human knowledge. We don't even know what's at the bottom of the ocean. We haven't been to the moon in 50 years. We haven't been past the Van Allen radiation belt, which is not even deep. Like we haven't even been that far in space in 50 years. We don't know what's at the bottom of the ocean. We can't stop fighting here on Earth. It's like our knowledge is not that great, really. We have all these different religions that all claim they're the one. It's like we got the universe. We've blasted ourselves into the heavens, and we have the universe of the human, keyword, human knowledge. We don't have the universe of all knowledge.
Of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve.
I don't know
Many
about
people
that.
thought it was...
There is certain stuff that should and could be off limits or not. There just is certain stuff that should be off limits.
Impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback. But as you
It
see
was staged all right.
today, here I am. The American people have spoken. I stand before you now as proof that you should never believe that something is impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge that they faced. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America, promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much.
Like I was saying pretty early on in the stream, even though I get on this channel and rip on people that I don't believe have our best interests at heart as the people, like I know that was vague as hell, but like I'll get on here and rip on politicians or really rich and famous people who I think know better than they do, and they're not leading the general public in the best interest or have our best interest at heart. So I'm very critical of people at the top, but that doesn't mean I don't love the country and I don't care about the people here. So I hope the next 4 years are great for us, and I think it starts with us and us. I mean, the people at the top have a lot of fucking control too, but you know, we have certain things we don't have to tolerate from them, and we should be a little bit more tolerable and understanding and loving with our brothers and sisters that are adjacent to us. Let's not forget who are in our communities and who really matters, and kind of the way I hate this, but as the way the world turns, or as the world turns, or whatever the fuck, like, let's not forget what makes this country run, would be a better way to put it. And don't forget who is important in your life, and like when things go wrong, is Trump going to help you, or are you going to count on your neighbor, your brother, your sister, whoever's in your family, your son, your daughter, cousin, blah, 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 friend, coworker, whatever. You're going to rely on the people around you, and they rely on you, not only in the bad times, but in the good times. Y'all have good experiences together, and they're who make your life what it is. Trump and these people at the top, you know, they do have an effect on us, but there's certain stuff they don't affect, and we have more power than we realize. So, especially when we're cohesive and helping each other out, and we have a positive atmosphere going, kind of, so to speak. You know, that sounds cheesy, but it's true. And, you know, the people at the top can control things, especially with like the economy. That's one unfortunate thing they can control, and go into war and stuff like that. But they don't have to make us hate each other, and, you know, they don't have to get us riled up over certain things. So anyway, that's my little rah-rah good speech here at the end. But I hope it is a good 4 years for us, because, you know, even though I am super critical of the station or channel, and a lot of times sarcastic, and may seem like nihilistic and pessimistic, and always just criticizing Joe Rogan or criticizing Trump or criticizing Biden or whoever, overall I do want things to work out for the best. That's why I'm always pointing out all this stuff, because I want people to see how bad it is and not support it anymore. But anyway, that's my spiel. Let's round out the video, and then I'll give my final thoughts maybe, and we'll end it out.
We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and every child who dreams for their future. I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you. We're going to win like never before. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again, including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you.
Sounds great, but who thinks it's gonna end like it did in The Simpsons, where after Trump's out this time, it might even be smooth while he's in, but he's gonna do some stuff that kind of fucks our economy in the long run, and after he's out, the next president's gonna get in and be like, oh my god, Trump left me a mess, and we're fucked. Because that's what The Simpsons predicted. So I could easily see that happening. I could see him doing some shifty stuff to move money around and do this and this and that, where it seems great while he's in. And then as soon as he gets out, boom. The next person that gets in, like, oh my God, he fucked me. And he fucked us. So, I think that's the stream for the night. The inauguration speech wasn't full of fireworks like some of the stuff I usually do, where I have a lot of good points and I really get to talking and going super in depth, or I have something that's real good that I make fun of and make a real good joke about and get real animated. But maybe it was good that it was a bit calmer tonight, being it was my first stream on Rumble, which I know Rumble probably doesn't care a little bit. It was my first stream on Kick. I don't really know their streaming rules too well, but I did just a quick Google the other day, and I saw that Kick was a little more lenient with their stuff than some of the other stuff, like maybe Twitch and others. So, yeah, y'all let me know if y'all were on Kick or Rumble. Y'all come over to the YouTube thing and let me know what y'all thought of the stream, or comment on those platforms. It'll force me to get more acclimated with those. Let me know what y'all thought of the stream. Appreciate all the viewers. And yeah, if you want a bit more flavor of what the channel's like, you can go over to YouTube, check out some of my older videos. But I'm going to be trying to stream hopefully to these other platforms more going forward, and just experiment with that, see if I can get a following over there, see if y'all vibe with the content. And usually, like I said a minute ago, I am a bit more animated, do go a little bit more in depth sometimes. But, you know, this was something that I just wanted to kind of go over. I feel like it was pretty important, you know, and I really thought there was a bit more stuff, but I need to get in the habit of reacting to stuff the first time with y'all. And I said this over and over on my YouTube channel, but it's a delicate balance of knowing if there's good stuff to react to and not watching the whole video, versus y'all get my initial best reaction because I'm watching it firsthand here with y'all guys. And it's more likely for the stream to get like taken down if I'm just watching the whole thing. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the stream. Is there anything that stood out to y'all, you know, aside from the usual with Trump? The Mars thing was pretty big. The external revenue service was a big thing. And I feel like there was one other thing that I noticed here with y'all that was kind of like, whoa, that was something new. But yeah, the Mars thing and the ERS, the External Revenue Service, those were like, okay, that caught my attention. So, you know, he's been kind of saying the thing about Panama with the weeks leading up to this and whatnot. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the stream. And I hope to see y'all soon in another stream. I'm probably gonna break down a few more Trump things, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, and then I'm trying to get a weekly Friday stream going. So if I haven't covered the other Trump stuff, I'll probably do that Friday. But if I have covered the other Trump stuff Wednesday and Thursday, I'll probably do something a little new for Friday stream just to kind of take a break, unless there's something real crazy that's said or done. But yeah, I guess until next time, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the stream in the comments, and I'll see y'all soon. It's LOG from Where There's Smoke. I'm out.